So, VCE 2014. It's time to say goodbye. You have been a year group that has worked hard, that has studied hard, and I say this not having any knowledge of those 4 digits that we're going to get in 3 weeks' time. You have truly lived the Scopus mission, and the huge numbers of colors that have been awarded, the record number of rainbows, is a testament to how you as a year level have participated in every aspect of school life. And you are a year that has grown together and grown closer together. And we're going to miss you. But let's not get carried away. It is almost obligatory for someone giving a graduation speech such as this to use the phrase, "Go out and change the world." But in fact, that's really quite a facile observation to make. Because you are going to change the world, inevitably, on a large scale or a small scale. With every interaction with people around you, with every day in your career, with the families that, please God, you will raise, you're going to make a difference to the world. The only question is how and what sort of difference, for good or for ill. You're going to change the world in terms of our knowledge, our understanding. And there are some who sow confusion and ignorance, and there are others who push forward the boundaries of our knowledge of the world. One of you might make a great scientific discovery, like this year's Melburnian of the Year, Professor Sharon Lewin, old collegian, renowned international expert in HIV cures. You might write that book which inspires a generation. You might make that Oscar-nominated documentary like old collegian Eva Orner. Or you might just wish to continue learning and inspire others to learn. And you're going to change the world in terms of the relationships with people around you. And there are some who choose to walk on by and ignore the pain and trauma of their so-called friends. And there are others who alleviate that pain, who act as true friends with an open heart and sometimes with closed mouths. And there are some who change the world by bringing discord and disunity. And there are others, as you have done, who strive to bring factions together and try and turn discord into harmony. And you're going to change the world, by which I refer to the Jewish world. And there are some who diminish that world by disengaging and disappearing from it. And there are others who choose to contribute and to build. Some of you will be told that to be a Jew is to fight against anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism and Holocaust denial. And while those are important fights that we need to have, you don't have to let that define your Jewish identity. You can choose to be proactive rather than reactive. You can choose to be positive rather than negative. You can choose to make Judaism the sum of all your potentials rather than the sum of all your fears. You can choose to take responsibility for your own morality, to articulate that morality and those abstract values by practical actions. You can choose to be a light unto the nations, and you can make that your Jewish identity. And whether you set up a shul that gives a spiritual home to those who had none, like Old Collegian Label Wolf, or whether you go and live in Israel and tell Israel's story to the world, like Old Collegian Mark Regev, or whether you just simply but profoundly live a life as an engaged and enthused member of the Jewish community, you can change the Jewish world for better. We come to the end of 15 years of education. In Hebrew, the word for education is chinuch. But chinuch actually means much more. We can see from the way the word is used in the Tanakh. We can see from the word from which is derived from it, chanukah, that chinuch means to prepare something, to dedicate something for a higher purpose. After 15 years, I think you are prepared for your higher purpose. You're prepared to be adults, to go out and play your part in the world. And so I say to you, go out and change the world and change it for good. Thank you very much. And now I invite Avi Cohen to lead us in Birchat Hamazon.
Okay, year 12s and